Hello everyone and welcome back to Sawyer Studios. Today I'm finally giving you all the tutorial videos for these guys. I've been getting comments about can I have more specific tutorials, more specific instructions, etc. So now I'm finally here to give you the tutorial for the Tri-droid and for also my little droid troop transport and the Republic ATRT walker. I made a separate video for the cannon because I just knew it was going to take a long time, so if you want to know how to build my Republic cannon, you can go check that out. Link will probably be in the description below. This takes 2 battle packs, this takes 2 battle packs, and this takes a total of 4 battle packs. I start with the smaller ones first and the Tri-droid. So first off, we're going to start with the Republic ATRT walker. The ATRT walker comes off in a very small amount of parts and like chunks. So we're going to start with the legs first. So essentially the legs are ×2. It's just mirrored. So you're going to need the same amount of pieces, the same type of pieces for both legs. You're just going to do one thing differently, and that is going to be the orientation of how you place this piece right here. But essentially this part is going to be the same. So I'm just going to build one of these legs to show you how, and then show you the 2 variants you're going to need to build the mirrored one. So for both of the legs, we're going to start with the feet first. You're going to take the maroon jumper plate, put it on top of this guy. You're going to take the hook piece, flip this upside down, and stick it right in there for the toe. And then you're going to stick these guys, these inverted slopes on here. And this guy's just going to have to come up enough so that it doesn't get in the way of these going on as far as they can. Also, shout out to SolidBrick Studios for this amazing foot design. I got this from him, and I think that it is honestly the best foot design you can make for an ATRT walker using the pieces given. So this is the foot. You're going to make 2 of these as shown here. Next, you're going to take one of these flip for missile shooters. You're going to put 2 of these small gray Technic pieces in and stick it on. So it creates this much of a leg, and you're going to place one of these 1x1 hooks at the end. Next up, you're going to take this guy, put a stud on top, and one of these connector pieces on the back, and then you're going to hook this guy here. Now this is where the variant comes in. So to show you the 2 types that you're going to need to do, you're going to want to take one of these guys, place this clip on top, then place a stud and one of these dome pieces. And so this is what it looks like mirrored, as you can see. So you're just going to make one of each, same pieces. And this one you're going to place both of them on top of the legs that you've made. So in this case, this one's going to go on this side. And the reason why the hook pieces are here is to help the legs from folding in too much. See how it like stops it right there. So these are the 2 legs you're going to need. They're actually going to go like this. The light gray dome piece is going to be on the outside. Here are the next pieces you need. So we're going to start with the gun. We're going to take this 2x2, put one of these guys here. You're going to hook it with one of these. And then you're going to take this pistol, and surprisingly, you're actually going to attach this piece to the end of it. This is going to get the angle that we want and a lightsaber hilt to the end of that. And the grip piece is going to go in here. And this is going to be the angle it is eventually. Next, take one of these. I'm going to place 2 of these underneath on top of each other like that. I'm going to take one of these guys, 2 of the red maroon pieces, placing them looking away from each other, and then one of these guys on top. And then you're going to connect both of these pieces with one of these underside dome pieces, so it looks like this. Next, you're going to take one of these guys, and this is a ×2 build. So you're going to do this same thing over here, build 2 of these, and you're going to attach them on here. And you're going to bring them down like this at an angle until they hit the bars. And then you're going to take the gun that we just made and attach it to the front like so. And now, using these legs, you're going to attach them in the back like this, with, remember, the light gray domes facing outward. So now your walker should look like this. Here are the next set of pieces. I'm gonna take 2 of these light gray 1x3s, and you're gonna place the other 2 1x3s right on top of each other like this. And then you're going to attach them by placing this piece at the bottom and also one of these pieces at the top like that. Next, you're going to take one of these clip pieces, put a 1x1 dark gray on the bottom. On the other one, you're going to add a dark gray clip. That's going to be for the pistol, which will go right there eventually. Place them next to each other. Then you're going to take this guy and place 2 of these dark gray clips underneath it like such, and this is going to be the connection for these guys. So on the bottom right here, you're going to take this guy, you're going to attach it like this, so it looks like that on the bottom. And you're going to attach it to the back, so these clips are hanging off the end like this. Next, you're going to take this gray piece, flip it upside down, put it on this longer black rod first, followed by the smaller one. Then you're going to want to attach these pieces at the end and these hook pieces on the bottom, and you're going to want them to be lined up at the same level so you can attach them both here. Next up, you're going to need these pieces. This is the final step. You're going to mirror this by placing a dark red slope right here, triangle on top, dark red slope coming off like this. You're going to do the same thing to this one, just mirrored as I said, as such. So now you have both of these pieces that look like this. Next, you're going to take one of these pieces and put 2 dark clips underneath, facing away from each other like this. 2 more dark clips, this time facing forward in the orientation. And you're going to finish that by placing 2 of these clips on top, side by side, next to each other. Next, you're going to take 2 of these pieces, attach them into these hooks in the bottom, and then these handlebar pieces are going to act as the controls for the ATRT walker. So they're going to fold in at some point. Take the final one of these, place a dark red slope on top, then a dark gray triangle slope. And then this is going to actually attach here. These clips are slightly bending outward. So as you can see, they're not officially clipped in. They're clipped in enough to stay, but they're warped slightly, which is what it's going to be. And then at the bottom here, you're going to take these clips. You're going to attach them, trying to make sure that they're level with each other. And there you go. That's going to be the front of it. You're going to take this piece that we just made. You're going to attach these black pieces all the way to the front on these 2. So it looks like this. So as you can see, this is the seat for the clone right here. And this is where he's going to sit, just like that. As you can see, this like 2x2 amount of pieces, this is going to sit right on top of this ATRT walker. And there we go. That's the ATRT walker. Next is going to be the droid transport. So first off, we're going to take off all these minifigs. I consider these to be accessories, so we're going to focus on this main build first. So for starters, you're going to actually build 2 of the clone trooper barricades from the set. It's literally the same build as found in the instruction booklets. The only difference is that there's going to be 2 variants. So this is the basic clone build barricade. You're going to build 2 of those from both sets that you get. For one of them, you're going to place on a stud shooter with a red stud inside as the rear gun. On the other one, you're going to place on one of these dorsal hook pieces and a handle bar as the drive-in seat. So you're going to have two of these guys, very simple in the instruction booklets. So next we're going to make the base of this droid transport. You're going to need two of these 2x8 white plates. You're going to attach them like so, using 4 of these in the middle. And they're just going to go on like this, across like that. You're going to cover them with these blue grate pieces. Then you're going to take these dark gray wedge pieces, put them on the ends so it looks like this. Next, take your 1x3 light grays and the inverted slopes, attach them like so. Then you're going to attach them underneath so that there's 2 studs worth hanging out. This is what it looks like from the underneath perspective. Take another 2 of these inverted slopes, put a stud on top. Do the same thing with the other one with these inverted slopes. And then you're going to place it 2 studs from the end right there. And then using them as guides, you're going to place 2 1x3 dark blue plates. And this is the base of what you're going to start. Okay, now you're going to do another times 2. Going to get 2 of these 2x6 dark gray plates. Place these guys underneath right at the end. So one of stud is hanging out, and this inverted slope underneath here. So this is what it looks like on the other side. You're going to do that for the same thing on this one. And then for one of them, you're going to take 2 dark gray wedge slopes, 2 studs in, or I guess 1 stud in, depending on how you look at that, and put them across from each other like this. You're then going to take this guy and you're going to attach them like this, so it looks like underneath. Do the same thing for the other one, and that's what it looks like underneath for this one. You're going to do a times 2 mirrored build. You're going to take a 1x3 light gray, put 2 of the dark gray slopes on with the edge hanging out, and then take another light gray 1x3 and place it like this. Same thing to this one, except mirrored. So 1x3, 2 dark gray slopes. So this is the result. You're going to take one of the barricades, the one with the handlebars that we talked about earlier. You're going to attach this on top, right here at the end where these studs were. And then you're going to finish the connection by taking the pieces that we just built, using these studs as a guide. You're going to place this part on top of the stud. So it's going to click. Same thing on the other side. Next up, another times 2 mirrored addition. You're going to take these 2 pieces, put them on top of each other like this. And you're going to take a stud, place this guy, this dark gray curved slope on top of that, so it looks like this. You do the same thing here except mirrored. So one's going to be going towards you, the other slope away from you. Take 2 of these loaded with a red stud, these stud shooters. I'm going to place a dark blue slope wedge piece on all of them. And then you're going to attach them to these outer studs. So you have like these dual guns. These are going to go on these spots, these open spots right here. They fit on perfectly. And finally, you're going to do another times 2 build, but mirrored. So essentially, we're going to start with these. Actually, this is just a regular times 2 for this part. Going to take one of these attachment pieces and a dark gray curve slope, put it on top like this. Then you're going to take these other attachments. You're going to take the inverted slope, put it like this. Dark blue 1x4, sorry, piece. Finishing that off with another inverted slope. So it looks like this. Literally the same thing over here. Nothing tricky, nothing mirrored, just literally the same thing. and then you're going to hook it on like this, so the slope pieces are all facing up. There we are. Now comes the mirrored part. You're going to take 1x3 dark, light gray, put one of these pieces on, dark gray slope, connected by a dark blue grate piece and a stud. Same thing from this side, just mirrored. And you're going to attach this as such. That side, this to this side. Now you're going to take your main build, the remaining barricade, attach it to this end. Then you're going to attach this so the 1x3 light gray goes perfectly on this edge, helping that to be completed. You're going to take 2 of your crates that you've gotten from your 2 battle packs. You're just going to put them as storage on here. Do either side. So those are the storage. In order to make the small droid stand, you're going to need 1x3 light gray. You're going to put all of the 1x4 dark blue pieces lined up on it. Then you're going to finish it off with another 1x3 light gray, and then put 2 of these pieces on one of the 1x4s. Then you're just going to attach the guns as a gun holder for the droids. Then you're going to fold up 2 B1s and put them on top like this. And they're actually going to go on here like such. You do have a place for one of the B1s to be a driver. You have a place for one of the B1s to be a rear gunner. And then these open up to allow 2 B2 battle droids to be stored and transported on this, which is a good amount of room, good amount of space. Close that up. And just so it looks like it's hovering, you're going to take 2 of these translucent dome pieces and you're going to place them. One of them is going to go here in the front, the other one on the same one in the back. And there you go. That is the droid troop transport. So this build is easily broken up into 3 parts. We're going to start with the legs because it's literally just a ×3. So here are the 3 legs. I'm going to take one of them apart, and you can do a ×3 build because I'm not going to take all of them apart. That would be pointless. So these are all the pieces you need for the leg. You're obviously going to need these ×3 to build 3 of them, but here we go. We're going to start up top, probably the simplest way to do it. I'm going to take this Technic piece, put the red Technic piece in. The maroon triangle goes on like this at a 90-degree angle. And then you attach this claw piece at this orientation. I'm going to make one of these. I guess technically 3 of them. So it looks like this. I'm going to piece it all together at the end. 1x3 dark blue on top as such. Make sure the clips are going the right way. Then you're going to take inverted light gray slope, put a 1x4 dark blue on top, one of these dark gray clips, stud light gray clip, 1x3 dark gray stud, like dark blue gray piece, dark blue wedge, like that. Next, take this one. Have this hang over by 2 studs, attach a dark blue wedge piece, put the dark blue gray piece on the other 2. I'm actually going to attach both of these so you can then take this dark blue 1x4 and attach them like this. 2 studs over here being covered, 1 stud over here. On top, put a great piece in the middle, a dark blue wedge piece at the end. Next, you're going to take one of these dark gray pieces, a light gray clip facing in the same orientation, and you're going to leave that there. You're going to take one of these, attach a dark gray piece to both ends. And then you're going to take this light gray, you're going to attach these black clips on the ends with the studs facing inward. And then you're going to attach these inverted pieces so they look like almost like a claw. So remember, studs facing in. You're going to take a black pistol, one of these pieces, put it on the barrel end, and then you're going to attach that in to the top of the dark blue circle. You're then going to complete this foot by placing this guy on top like this, and this guy overlapping the middle actually. And then you're going to fold this down so it looks like this at the end. So it's going to be the three-pronged foot. Next, you're going to attach this to this clip in the middle as best as you can. It's actually going to probably end up being at a 90-degree angle. And then you're going to attach it like this. Next, attach this up here, and then this piece completely straight, this piece at an angle, and then finally, and there you go. Next is really simple. It's the stand. So you're going to take this tri-black Technic piece, put a red Technic pin inside. You're going to put dark gray circle and then a light gray dome on top like this. Well, technically it's going to be the bottom. This is going to be the orientation. I'm going to take translucent dome, take two translucent studs, place it on top. Take a translucent rod on top of that, translucent stud on top of that. So you can place another translucent rod, same thing, translucent stud on top of that. So you can place another translucent rod, then two more studs together. You're actually going to flip them upside down this time. Why, you might ask? So it can connect onto the bottom of this dome. You can take the three legs that you've just built. You can place them all on. That is going to be the stand, the legs of the Octuptarra droid. Next, you're going to make the base for the guns. You're going to take one of these longer black rods, put a light gray dome going up until it can't anymore. Take another tri-black Technic piece, attach to a red pin. You're going to put it on so that the Technic piece is facing that way, below. You're then going to complete it with a light gray dome, so it kind of like closes off this area. And you're going to take two light gray Technic pieces, finish it off with a dark gray circle facing upward. This is a ×3, so once again, I'm just going to take apart one to show you can build it 3 times. So you're going to take this black clip, put it on to the inverted light gray slope, put the red translucent stud piece, a cheese wedge piece like this. Take the black rod, put one of these guys at the end, and a lightsaber hilt at the end of that. And then you're going to place this. Essentially, it's going to be, I mean, this far out, it'll match better when you have a head to compare it to. But then you're going to attach them all in to this part. So it looks like this. You can actually go ahead and attach this part. It just sits in here like gravity. It doesn't really like have a lot of friction, but it does stay and it does spin. So there you go. Final part is this head, which once again, I'm still really pleased with myself on how well this came out. So before we start, I think there's only 3 of these red Technic pins left. If you happen to have a 4th, it's better to have a 4th one at this point. If you don't, that's okay. But I mean, if you happen to buy a 5th battle pack, then you'll have one of these. But you're only going to have 3 and use 4 just because, you know, I have 4. So if you want to do that, you can. So step 1, you're going to take this dark gray piece. You're going to put it on top of 2 of these facing away from each other. And then you're going to stagger it. Again, alternate it, if you will. So it's going to look like this. Now this is a ×4. You're going to take a light gray slope and put 2 of the dark gray wedge pieces on top like this. Place them on here. 2 of them across from each other like this. And then 2 of them across from each other like this. They're not all going to match up in height, but it's going to be pretty dang close. At the bottom, you're going to want to take your 3 or 4 red Technic pins. You're going to place them all underneath like this. And then you're going to attach a dark gray circle piece. You can actually take the stand right now and go ahead and attach this. This is what it's going to be attached to. There we are. So as you can see, we have a couple ×4 pieces coming up. So we're going to take this in steps. We're going to go through all the ×4 miscellaneous pieces and then put them all together at once. We're going to start with these guys. You're going to need to make 4 of them. So I'm just going to take apart 1. They're identical, and then you can make 3 more. So you're going to take this piece. You're going to cover it with 2 1x3 light gray pieces. You're then going to take one of these dark grays, then place the slopes on top like this, finishing off with a dark blue slope, and thus making 4 of them, so you should have these. Next is also a ×4. So you're going to take 2 of these inverted slopes pieces. You're going to attach it like this to the tan, and then place one of these on top, connecting them, and boom, make 4 of them. Next is really easy. I'm going to take 2 boxes, stack them on top of each other, take 3 of these, stack them on top of each other, and take a light gray dome to finish that off. Next we have a ×2 and a ×2. These are very similar on this side, but as you can see, very different on this side. So we'll pick one and do the other. We'll do the simple ones first. This is a ×2, so I'm once again just going to take one apart. You do it twice. So you're going to take this triangle piece. You're going to put 2 of these guys on here like this. Going to put this light gray clip piece on here. You're going to reinforce it with an inverted slope on top. And then you're going to place the dark gray connector piece on here. Next you're going to take another one of these. You're going to place a 1x4 dark blue on the bottom. You're going to round it off with 2 dark blue wedges. And then you're going to round it off even more with 2 dark gray curved slopes. And then a double wedge dark gray right there. I'm going to flip it over. And you're going to place a light gray connector piece right there, reinforce it with a light gray inverted slope, and then get that same angle. And you're going to make 2 of those. We have some more ×4s. You're going to do this 4 times, black clip. You're going to attach this red piece in this specific orientation. So it looks like that. You're going to do that 4 times. And then you're going to take 2 1x1 dark gray pieces. And either use dark blue or dark gray cheese slopes. It's really up to you. I think both look fine. In this case, I'm using dark blue. I'm going to make 4 of those. Finally, you're going to do a ×2. Take a 2x8 white plate. I'm going to place 2 1x3s on either end, rounding it out. Do the same thing with this one. And then you're going to place both of these sort of like crisscrossing each other like that. And then place a 2x6 dark gray piece on the bottom. So it's a cross up here, 2x6 on the bottom. Now we're going to start assembling this. You're going to take these pieces that you built. You're going to place them on, just follow my orientation and how I put them on. And then you're going to continue by placing these on like such. Take this guy, put it right smack dab in the center. Okay, once you have this, next you have 2 options. You have these 2. You're going to take the ones with greebling on the outside. You're going to find the layer of the white plate that's lower. That's like slightly lower than the other one. As you can see, you're going to place the ones with greebling on the outside on the lowest ones, okay? Just like such. And then the ones without greebling, you're going to place them on the remaining ones. So you can see they're being placed right on the edge until you get this top. Now the black hooks that we've used, that we've attached here, you're actually going to take these pieces now and you're going to clip them on. And this is going to create a curved, rounded look. The bottom, you're going to take these pieces now with the inverted side of these light gray slopes facing out. You're going to place them on all ends of here. So now you have this. You're going to place it at an angle so, as you can see, it like fits in to these crevices, and it's going to attach onto the bottom piece. And there you have it. All 4 of my Lego alternate builds for the battle packs, at least the good ones. I don't like the BARC speeder or the sort of like the separatist cannon that I made. It's like, it's not really that good. But now you have the tutorials and the instructions for building them yourself in more depth in case you needed it. So there you go. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Share this video with someone you think will enjoy it. Comment down below on what you would like me to try to build next, if you want me to try to build anything more with these alternate builds using the battle packs. I mean, as far as, like 2 battle packs, 2 battle packs, 4 battle packs, 8 to 9 battle packs, like keeps on going up, but I like the challenge, so there we go. All right, everyone, Story Studios. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.